Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you all of the books that I currently have checked out from the library. So this month I've got a ton of books checked out, kind of a lot of my reservations have all kind of come in at once. So I have a lot that I've got to read and a lot that are currently checked out. I think I've got about 16 or so checked out at the moment, so I'm gonna just dive straight into the books and share with you what I currently have checked out. I might not know a ton about all of these books, but I hope that I will be getting around to reading them very soon. So let's start with the first one that I'm currently reading. So this one is The Wind Weaver by Julie Johnson. This is a fantasy romance, and I am maybe about half of the way through, and in this one we are following a character called Raya, who is a half fae, and at the beginning of the book she has been captured and is about to be executed when she is rescued by a mysterious guy called what was his name? Scythe is Scythe is the name that he is first introduced with, so I'll go with that name. He kind of rescues her from execution and kind of takes her away with him, and we're not really sure at the beginning of the book why he has saved her and why he wants her. Obviously things do get revealed, which I won't obviously spoil, but I am enjoying this one so far. The pacing of this is really good. I'm finding it's very fast paced. I'm quite drawn into the story, so I am getting through it quite quickly, and I'm hoping that I will enjoy this when I do finish it. As I say, I've still got over half the way to go with this one, so I have high hopes that I will end up rating this like as a 4-star or above. So that is the first book. Then I have A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid. So I read Fable for the End of the World at the beginning of the year by this author, and I wanted to check out more of her books. And this one is the first in a series. I'm not sure what the series is called, but there is a new book that's come out in this series recently, which is called A Theory in Dreaming or something like that. So I wanted to check out this one to see if I like it, to know whether I want to pick up the sequel or not. Then we have A Fate Forged in Fire by Hazel McBride. This one I've seen a lot of people talk about on TikTok. The author's videos kept coming up on my For You page, and so I decided to check this one out. This one is a fantasy romance, I believe. I don't know too much more about it other than that, but I'm looking forward to diving into this one at some point. Then I have Riley Sager's new books. This is With a Vengeance, and I'm looking forward to diving into this one. I have read pretty much all of Riley Sager's books that have been released so far. There are a couple in his backlist that I haven't got to. I think the ones I've not read are his first 2 books, Final Girls and Last Time I Lied. I think they're the only 2 that I've not read. Everything else I have read. I would say that he is a favourite author of mine. I've read, as I say, most of his books. They are usually really fast paced and kind of, I get through them really quickly. A lot of them I have read in one sitting, so I have high hopes for this one, although I have heard mixed things about this one. This one is going to be set on a train, and I think it has kind of Murder on the Orient Express vibes in terms of they get trapped on this train and people start dying. So interested to check out this one, although as I say I have heard mixed things about it, so I'm not sure whether I will end up enjoying it or not, but I hope I do. Then we have Gods and Monsters by Shelby Mahurin. This is book 3 in the Serpent and Dove trilogy. I think that's the name of the trilogy. I don't know if it has another name, but I really enjoyed Serpent and Dove, which I think I read at the beginning of this year. I read the sequel, which was, what was that one called? Blood and Monsters? Blood and Honey. And I didn't love the sequel. I think I ended up giving the sequel 3 stars. So I'm interested to see how I get on with this one. This one is very big as well. They've all been quite chunky books. So I'm interested to see what I make of this finale, and I hope that I enjoy it, but we shall see. Then I have the newest Nora Roberts book. This is Hidden Nature. I have read quite a lot of Nora Roberts' books. I've read most of her new releases, and obviously she's got a very extensive backlist, which I haven't read a ton from the backlist, but I have read a few things. She does seem to be nowadays focusing on more kind of romantic suspense. She has got some books in her backlist that have been paranormal, fantasy, some that are just straight up romance, but nowadays she seems to be focusing on romantic suspense. I'm interested to see what I make of this one. The last couple of ones from her new releases I haven't loved, but I'm interested to see what we make of this one, and I will be reading this one very, very soon. Then I have Swept Away by Beth O'Leary. I think I've read all of Beth O'Leary's books currently that she's got released, and some of them I've really not enjoyed and others I have enjoyed, so I'm interested to see how I get on with this one. This one is the first book that she's written that doesn't have "the" in the title. All of her books so far have been like The Flat Share, The Road Trip, I'm trying to think of some of the other ones, but they've all been the something. And this one is the first one that doesn't have that. And this is about two characters who have a one night stand on, like, I think they're on some sort of like cruise ship or something. And then the boat or whatever they're on ends up getting swept away to sea. And so they end up kind of stranded with one another, and how they kind of deal with that after obviously a one night stand where they obviously originally weren't planning on ever seeing each other again, and now they're stuck with each other. So interested to see how this one goes. I've not heard anyone really say anything about this one yet, so I'm going into that one cautiously. Then we have The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Long. This one is one that I'm reading for a video that I'm working on, and I am very excited to get into this one. This one I've been waiting for a while to come in, because the person who had this out before me from the library, it was overdue for them, so they returned it late. So I'd been waiting for this one for a while, and I was wondering as to whether it was ever going to turn up, because, as I say, it was overdue by quite a while. I think it was overdue by like a couple of weeks. So I was thinking, is this ever going to be returned? Is this ever going to come to me? Because there's only one copy in the county. But I'm glad to say that it has arrived and is in my hands. I think this is more like a cozy fantasy. So I'm interested to check this one out and see how I get on with it. I think that one might be a standalone, but I'm not 100% sure. Then we have Cursebound by Sarah L. Arifi. So I read Feybound a couple of months ago, and I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it enough to want to read the sequel, and I am looking forward to getting into this one. This one is a fantasy romance series set in a world where Fae exist, but they've kind of been cast aside, and the elves kind of are the dominant species, and we discover at the beginning of the first book that our main character is part Fae, and she kind of gets pulled into the political world that's kind of the political unrest that's going on with the Fae people. So I'm interested to see what happens in this sequel. Then we have A Curse Carved in Bone by Danielle L. Jensen. This is the sequel to, what was it called? A Fate Inked in Blood. So A Fate Inked in Blood I read and gave 3 stars to. It wasn't my favourite, but I was intrigued enough with the story to want to pick up the sequel. So I'm looking forward to diving into this one, and I'm not sure if this is a, it says it's book 2 in the saga of the Unfated series, so I'm not sure how many books are planned for this series, but this one I think will be the deciding factor as to whether I continue on with the series or not. And then we've got a bunch of paperbacks, which are definitely my preferred reading format, but lots of these are new releases, so they're only available in hardback. So first one we have is Hardly a Gentleman by Eloisa James. I'm looking forward to getting into this one. I enjoy Eloisa James's writing. I'm not sure what series this is part of, or if it is even part of a series. I don't think it says in here anywhere. No, it doesn't. I can't see anywhere on the book where it says, but I think this is part of one of her series, but I'll put the title of the series on screen because I'm not 100% sure which one it's part of. I love historical romance, and I've been trying to keep up with Eloisa James's new releases, so this is her most recent one. Then we have Writing Mr. Wrong by Keely Armstrong. This is her second contemporary romance that she has released. She released Finding Mr. Right last year, which I didn't necessarily love, but I am intrigued to kind of see what she does with this one. I'm not sure what this one is about. I think it looks like it, from the blurb, looks like it's a second chance romance, so looking forward to diving into that one. Then I have You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight by Kaylin Bayron. This one I am reading for a video project, which you will hopefully see. I'm hoping to maybe get it done by the end of August or beginning of September. So this one I'm reading for that. This one is a young adult mystery, so I don't know too much about it, but it's relatively short, so I should get through that one quite quickly. Then I have The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love by India Holton. I have seen a few people talking about this book recently, and they've said really good things about it, so that's kind of what inspired me to pick this one up. This author wrote the Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels, which I read a few years ago now, and I really did not enjoy it, so I didn't continue on with the series. So I'm interested to see what I make of this book, considering I have read from this author before and really not liked her book in the past. So I'm interested to check this one out. This is a, believe, historical romance, so I'm hoping that I will enjoy it. And then lastly, we have Nightshade by Autumn Woods. This one I've seen about a bit. The Works did quite a pretty sprayed edge edition that people went mad for, and people have it listed on Vinted for like triple the price of what it was in the Works, so which is crazy. But I saw this on the shelf in the library, and I decided that I'd check it out from the library, and if I do end up enjoying it, I can always purchase a copy. I believe the Works edition it's now not available on the website. It's sold out because it was so popular, but I might check to see if my store has it, my local store has it, 'cause sometimes they do have things that have like sold out on the website. So I don't know too much about this one. I think it is a romantic suspense. It looks like it's set at a university, so maybe like a college romance. So interested to check out this one, and I hope that I enjoy it. But they are all of the books that I currently have checked out of the library. Let me know if you have read any of the books off this list, and if there are any that I should prioritise over other ones, and I will see you guys in my next video.